Lipitor, Crestor, Zocor, these are drugs that I'm certain that you are familiar with. They're some of the most highly prescribed and widely used drugs in the world. They're all of the same classification. They're statin drugs that are supposed to lower your cholesterol, which is going to protect you from an impending heart attack. Well, I want to share with you some information that you may not be aware of. So if you are a current user of any of these three drugs, or you know someone in your family or a friend or whatever that may be on these drugs, you might want to share this information with them. Hey, this is Dr. Bob here at Proactive Wellness and Injury Center, and as I said, I want to share with you some information that I'm pretty sure you're not familiar with when in regards to using these statin drugs. So basically, what happens is when you're on these statin drugs, the continued use of these drugs depletes from your body one of the most important nutrients for the human body, and that is coenzyme Q10, or otherwise known as CoQ10. What happens is when you continue to use these drugs and you lose the amount of CoQ10 in the body, it actually causes the LDL. You know, when you do your blood test and they check your cholesterol and all of the other lipids, it reduces one or causes one of these lipids, the low density lipoprotein, to become oxidized. It's like rusted, if you will, very hard. And it results in, believe me when I tell you, it results in causing holes in the arterial walls. Yes, it literally causes holes to be created in the arterial walls, and that also increases the inflammation. Now, this is going to sound like one of those drug commercials, you know, on TV where they tell you about the drug and how it's going to cure you or eliminate the symptoms of this or that. But in another tone, they list about 25 different things that could happen as a result of using this drug, which includes death at the end. Well, this is what's going to happen here. So look, with the CoQ10, if you have a deficiency of CoQ10 in the body, it can result in fatal cardiomyopathy. That is a change in the muscular or the muscles, I should say, of the heart that results in death. Fatal cardio, heart, changes in the muscle, damage or disease of the muscle. It can result in heart attacks. This is, again, all a result of CoQ10 deficiency, not the result of CoQ10 deficiency, the fatal cardiomyopathy, the heart attacks, congestive heart failure, and which can result or usually results in death within a 5-year period after being diagnosed with it. Exhaustion, cancer, myopathy, that is disease or damage of muscles throughout the body, high blood pressure, gum disease, which can result or does result in the loss of teeth, hair loss, liver disease, memory loss, amnesia, cataracts, angina. All of these can result or are typically resultant conditions that occur when the CoQ10 is diminished in the body. Now listen, when I say these things again, I want you to pay particularly close attention to what I'm saying, because there's going to be a picture of a particular individual that comes up in your mind. Okay? Heart attacks, congestive heart failure, exhaustion, cancer, myopathy, high blood pressure, gum disease, hair loss, liver disease, memory loss, amnesia, cataracts, angina. Who do you think of when you hear these things? Exactly. Somebody who's a geriatric, an older person that's been on these drugs, Lipitor, Crestor, Zocor, for a period of time. This is a result of that. But these doctors don't ever sit down and tell you about that you're creating these diseases by using these drugs without or resulting in the diminishing of the CoQ10. This is a startling fact here that I want to share with you. Back in the 90s, and I'm going to give you the patent number so you can look it up. Back in the 90s, Merck, which is a pharmaceutical company, was the pharmacy that was really out front in creating these statin drugs in the 1990s. And this is their patent number, 4933165. you're welcome to look it up. Back in the 90s, this company realized just how severe the reaction would be by using these statin drugs without having CoQ10 in the body. So what they did was they created actually a statin drug that was coupled with CoQ10 in order to reverse or diminish the damaging effects that the statin drugs would have on the individual that was prescribed these medications. This was a patent that they had in the 90s. Whatever happened to it, I have no idea, because the bottom line is they never developed this drug, or they never put this drug on the market, even knowing the damage that the statins were going to do to the people that were prescribed with these medications. Now look, this is what I'd suggest you do. Again, if you're an individual that's taking the Lipitor, the Crestor, the Zocor, or you have a family member, a loved one, a friend, or whatever that's on that, this is what you need to do. You need to go to your prescribing physician. Just my suggestion. Have a talk with him or her. And if you're on those statin drugs, request that you have your blood levels of the CoQ10 enzyme tested in your body. That's what I might suggest you do. You want to check these levels here of the CoQ10 in your blood currently if you're on these drugs, because if it is low, then you are a prime candidate for having any one of these or a few of these things happening to you. Again, having education, acting upon it, that's going to be your best defense if you're one that's concerned about your health, that wants a quality future, and that wants to enjoy the best performance of your life. Again, just as a summary, if you're on statin drugs, then request from your prescribing physician that he or she do a blood test to check on your levels of CoQ10 in your body so that you can prevent you from eventually becoming a statistic. Hey, I want to thank you for the opportunity of allowing me to share this information with you. And as always, we invite you to join our YouTube channel or subscribe to it. If you have any questions whatsoever, you're welcome to contact our office, and hopefully we can be of service to you. So until the next video, and as always, God bless.